What's up, everybody? Welcome to The Nest. This is the 4th edition. If you don't know by now, I'm Aaron Seibel, Sports Information Director here at Riddle, and let's get this thing rolling. Wednesday night, ACU taking on Embry-Riddle. Men's soccer here, you're going to see Stefano Racino score the 3rd goal for the Eagles in the second half. Eagles thought it would be over from there as they're up 3, but the Firestorm would come roaring back in the final 10 minutes. Arizona Christian would get a chance here, gets to the byline, cross in, ball floating. Eagles don't know how to clear it. Cerdinsky makes the save, and they would win 3-2. Friday, volleyball at Marymount, California. They would handle the Mariners in a 3-set sweep. Kaylee Roblin with the kill there. Later Friday, men's soccer again, taking on Ottawa University in Surprise, Arizona. The Eagles would drop it 3-1. There's Mason Loxton's goal. Saturday night, Embry-Riddle women's soccer taking on Arizona Christian at Varsity Field. Riley Martinson scores her first of the season, getting the Eagles on the board 1-0. Firestorm take a shot late, but Mackenzie Oster there to dive and get the save. They would win 2-0. Volleyball later that night would take on La Sierra. The Golden Eagles would take the first 2 sets and almost upset the Eagles, but they would rally back to get their 37th consecutive Cal Pac victory. Sharik Joseph ends it right there with the kill. Women's golf would play at the RJGA Shootout at Estrella Golf Club in Goodyear, Arizona. The women would take 8th place out of a field of 19 NCAA teams. Jessica Williams finished 4th after shooting a -1 on the final round. Men's golf competed at the Firestorm Invitational on Tuesday as well. The men would finish 4th on a tough field of NAIA competition. Kyle Peterson would shoot the low of the tournament for the Eagles with his 71. So that'll do it for the highlights of last week. Here, let's hit you with the preview of what the Eagles are up to this week. So as you can see, Thursday, women's volleyball will continue their Cal Pac play against Simpson at 7 p.m. in Eagle Gym. Friday, women's soccer will start their Cal Pac conference play against Simpson in Reading. The men's soccer team will take place in a match right after that. Volleyball will take on UC Merced at 7 p.m. in Eagle as well. Saturday, men's and women's cross country will be at the Mustang Invitational hosted by the Masters University. The men will run at 7 and the women at 7:45. Volleyball will take on Pacific Union at 7:30 here in Prescott, so come on out and support those Eagles. Sunday, women's soccer and men's soccer will be in a doubleheader against UC Merced. The women's soccer team will be against a tough Merced team who they saw in the Cal Pac Conference Championship game last year. That'll start at 1 p.m. Monday and Tuesday, men's and women's golf will be at the Frontier Conference Invite, hosted by Lewiston Clark State College in Lewiston, Idaho. So that'll do it for the preview. We caught up with head coach of the volleyball team, Jill Blazik, to see what she has in store for the Eagles this weekend. We're here with head coach of women's volleyball at Embry-Riddle, Jill Blazik. How you doing, Jill?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Good. So let's talk about last week's performance. A sweep over Marymount, and then a 5-set thriller with La Sierra. What is that going to do for you guys mentally going into this weekend's Cal Pac matchup?
Well, it was great to finally start our Cal Pac schedule, and we did it on the road with one of our toughest matchups with the Marymount and La Sierra back-to-back. It was a very competitive environment on Saturday evening, and we started off kind of slow, but La Sierra was gunning for us, and they were very strong, but we were able to kind of figure out our rhythm on our side, and in the 3rd set got a lot more competitive and finished that, and were able to push through to force the 5th set, and then to take control of that and finish the match was a huge positive for us on the road, because it's very difficult to play in their gym. And the 3-set match at Marymount was a nice opportunity for us to compete on the road and get used to other gyms and other environments, but overall it was a great trip for us.
So when you get in a tough situation like you guys were in Saturday night, how helpful is it to have upperclassmen like Kaylee Roblin, Aaron Clark, Audrey Baldwin to kind of calm down everybody as things get a little tight. How important is that for you guys?
Oh, it's hugely important. And as a coach, I know that we have everyone on the floor has been in these gyms, in these situations before I've played these teams. We at least have an idea of what to expect going into the match. And just knowing that we have competed at a high level, we've been to several tournaments and played ranked teams. We know that we can compete with them. We know we can beat them. And so having that experience on the floor and that knowledge of just our previous season accomplishments is comforting. But as a question mark, but they did a great job in competing and never giving up, even though we went down early against La Sierra. We showed a lot of resolve to come back and fight and work for that victory. But to me, very comforting that most of our junior class and our one senior have been there, have played at a high level, and they know they can do it because they've done it before.
Okay. So looking ahead now to this weekend, 3 matches at home. Start with Simpson on Thursday, then Merced on Friday, and finale with Pacific Union on Saturday. So 3 matches, 3 nights, but they're all at home. So is that an advantage for you guys? What do you think?
Yes, definitely playing at home has been an advantage, and historically in the last 4 years, we've done very well on our home floor, and being able to play those teams in a row and have them come to us helps us to get a competitive edge with the comfort of our own gym here without having to travel. And I think we'll be prepared knowing that we've seen these teams already when we go to travel to their place in October. But our home environment is one that's hard to contend with, and I always feel good that we have a crowd behind us, we have great support staff, we have a lot of people who make this a great place to play, and our student athletes really thrive here.
So last kind of thing, just I know how superstitious you are, so I won't say the number. But last 2.5 years have been pretty good for you guys in conference. What do you attribute that to?
We've recruiting. We've got the right players in to put on an Eagle uniform, the right student athletes, good people who want to be here, who work hard. Really, that changed for us 4 years ago. And just being able to push for that first conference tournament championship made a huge difference, and we just show up and we play. And like we talked about earlier, having the experience and the players on the floor who have competed at a high level, have played these teams before, that's all in our advantage. But we still have to show up every day and play each team, whether it's home or away, whether we've had a good day or a bad day. We still have to compete. But the streak, or so you choose to bring it up and label it, I think is just a testament to our student athletes and the work that they've done to bring our program to the national level.
Awesome. Thanks, Jill.
Thank you.
There it is, and that'll conclude this week's edition of The Nest. Follow us right down below or subscribe on YouTube. We'll see you next week. Peace.